1.7 kilowatt hours per mile. Sounds like nothing, right? That number is what Tesla Semi actually burns hauling freight in the real world. Now put two more numbers next to it. Freightliner e-Cascadia runs at 2.1 kilowatt hours per mile. Volvo VNR Electric runs at 2.3. That is not a 10% gap. That is a full weight class difference.
And I have a hunch that is exactly why you have not seen Volvo or Freightliner put that comparison in their own brochures.
I am not here to sell you a truck. I am living through the same economy you are, watching the same headlines, wondering if any of this is real or just another round of hype.
So let us just sit down and go through the numbers together, like two guys who do not trust a press release until they have taken it apart.
Why should a random efficiency number matter to your wallet, not just an engineer's spreadsheet? That efficiency gap is not a trivia fact. It is a fuel bill. A Tesla Semi-Long Range carries 822 kilowatt hours of usable battery, enough for roughly 500 miles under real operating conditions, fully loaded at 82,000 pounds. Compare that to a Tesla Model 3, which uses about 64 kilowatt hours. You are looking at almost 13 Model 3 packs bolted into one truck. Now run the math on a fleet operator's side. If a truck is doing 100,000 miles a year, shaving half a kilowatt hour off every single mile adds up to tens of thousands of dollars in electricity costs saved annually per truck. Multiply that by a fleet of 300 trucks and you are not talking about rounding errors anymore.
You are talking about a number that shows up on a CFO's spreadsheet in bold.
And there is a second number worth sitting with here. A standard diesel Class 8 truck runs about $172,500. A Tesla Semi lists closer to $260,000 for the standard version and around $300,000 for the long range once you look at the actual regulatory filings instead of the 2017 announcement price. That is a real premium up front, no way around it. But competing electric trucks from other manufacturers average around $411,000. So inside the electric category, Tesla is actually the value option, not the expensive one. And in states like California that offer incentives worth up to $120,000, that upfront gap against diesel starts closing fast once you add in lower fuel and maintenance costs over the life of the truck. Who is actually putting real money behind that math? Numbers on a spec sheet are cheap. Numbers on a purchase order are not. So here is what happened just last week. On July 13th, 2026, ATC Logistics announced it is retiring 11 diesel day cab trucks and replacing them with 20 Tesla Semis, running out of a purpose-built charging depot in Rancho Dominguez, California. Notice that is not an 11 for 11 swap. That is expansion, not just electrification. Same week, Paper Transport, a Wisconsin-based freight operator, announced it is putting the Tesla Semi-Long Range into daily service in the Chicago market. That matters more than it sounds. For years, every Semi story has been a California story. This is the first real signal that the truck is leaving its comfort zone. And behind both of those deals sits a backlog that reads like the client list of a Fortune 500 investor day. UPS, Cisco, DHL, J.B. Hunt, Anheuser-Busch. Walmart Canada alone is sitting on a reservation for 130 units. This is not a company hoping for demand. This is a company trying to figure out how to keep up with it. So, can you actually go buy one?
Let us be honest here, because if I lie to you, you will catch it in 5 minutes on Google anyway.
No, not yet. Tesla Semi right now is essentially a fleet product. The buyers are logistics giants with dedicated depots, dedicated charging infrastructure, and dedicated maintenance crews. There is no used Tesla Semi market. There is no walk-in and drive off the lot option for an individual owner-operator. If you were hoping to add one to your own small operation this year, the honest answer is that window is not open yet and probably will not be for a while. I am not going to dress that up as good news. It is just the current state of things. What is this truck worth in 5 years? Every single Tesla Semi on the road right now is a first-generation vehicle. There is no resale market yet because none of them have aged into that phase. Battery degradation under heavy commercial loads day after day, year after year, is still an open question. Nobody, not Tesla, not the fleets running them, has 10 years of data to point to. If you are the kind of person who has spent decades learning that the sticker price is only half the story, this is the half that is still unwritten. I am not telling you to panic about it. I am telling you that anyone promising you they already know the resale curve on this thing is guessing, same as the rest of us. Is this just another Elon promise we have all heard before? Fair question, and frankly, it is the one I would ask too. Tesla first showed off the Semi in 2017. Deliveries were promised for 2019. The first actual customer trucks did not show up until December 2022.
If your instinct is skepticism, you earned that instinct honestly.
Here is what is actually different this time. The bottleneck for 9 straight years was battery cell supply. Tesla just brought its dedicated semi-factory in Nevada online on April 29, 2026, sitting right next to the 4680 cell production that used to be the excuse every single year. That specific obstacle is gone. I will not pretend everything is solved. Tesla's own Q2 2026 shareholder update still lists the semi-production line as commissioning, which is company language for still being tuned up, not running at full rate. The factory is built for 50,000 trucks a year. Nobody is claiming it is there yet. But going from no factory to a real one with the actual bottleneck removed is a different kind of delay than the last 9 years of delay. What is the upgrade that is actually real, not just a slide in a keynote? On the Q2 2026 earnings call, held July 22nd, Elon Musk confirmed that full self-driving is coming to the Tesla Semi with a target of late this year or early next year. That would make Semi the first new vehicle line to get FSD since it rolled out to Cybertruck. Here is why that lands differently for our generation than it might for a 25-year-old scrolling past this video. The American trucking industry has a driver shortage that has been getting worse for years. Long-haul routes sit empty because nobody wants to spend weeks away from home for the pay being offered. An autonomous option on the highway portions of these routes is not a novelty feature. It is a direct answer to a labor problem that has been quietly driving up the price of everything you buy that arrives on a truck.
And look, normally when Elon says a timeline out loud, my first instinct is to mentally add a year and a half, because that is just the tax you pay for listening to this guy since 2017.
But this time, there is actual paper trail behind the promise, not just a stage and a spotlight. In the last couple weeks, Tesla Semi units have been spotted on public roads running ground truthing equipment, the same gear used to validate FSD before it ships. That is the boring, unglamorous kind of evidence that usually means something is actually close, not just close in a keynote sense. I have been burned enough times by this company's calendar to notice the difference. Did the charging problem everyone warned about actually get fixed? Partially, and I will give credit where it is due. Tesla has now mapped 66 Megacharger locations across 15 states, up from around 46 not long ago. The company opened its first public Megacharger station in Ontario, California, and each of these can restore about 60% of range in roughly 30 minutes, which lines up with a mandatory driver rest break. That is real progress. It is also still thin. Most of that network sits in Texas and California. If you run freight through the Midwest or the Northeast, you are still waiting for that map to fill in. Paper Transport's Chicago pilot is exactly the kind of test case that will tell us whether this expands fast enough to matter outside the usual 2 states. Think of it like the early days of supercharger stations for the Model S. Nobody remembers how sparse that map looked in year 1 because it filled in fast once demand justified the build-out. The question is whether commercial freight infrastructure can move at that same pace or whether it moves at the usual pace of heavy industry, which is to say slowly and only where the money already is. Where does all of this actually leave us? Zoom out for a second. In the same week all of this happened, Tesla posted record quarterly deliveries. its largest order backlog since 2023, and expanded robotaxi service into 7 U.S. markets. Semi is not some side project anymore. It is one piece of a much bigger automation push the whole company is leaning into at the same time. None of that means every risk I just walked you through disappears. The resale value question is still open. The individual buyer door is still closed. The factory is still commissioning, not sprinting. But the efficiency numbers are real, the fleet orders are real, and for the first time in 9 years, the actual bottleneck that killed this program over and over is gone. I have been skeptical of this truck for a long time, same as a lot of you watching. This is the first update where the skepticism and the data are finally starting to point in the same direction. If you have been holding off on believing any Tesla Semi story since 2017, I understand completely. I held off too. But a story built on 9 straight years of the same excuse, followed by that exact excuse disappearing, is a different story than the one we have all been rolling our eyes at for a decade.
Drop one word in the comments. Buy if you think this thing finally earns the confidence. Wait if you are still in the show me camp. I read every single one.
And if you are new here, we are closing in on 35,555 subscribers now, and every single one of you asking exactly these kinds of questions is how we got here. Hit subscribe if you want the next update the day it actually matters, not the day the press release drops.